Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I am your host, Mikey, and as always, riding with me, Tommy. What's going on, brother?
What is going on, Mr. Mikey? It is one more day till Buffalo Bills clinch the AFC East and win it for the third straight season, which is
right.
Beautiful.
We've already clinched the playoff spot.
Yeah, when all was about a month ago, everything was dark skies and doom and gloom. And
tell me, wasn't this the same thing last year after that New England game? Everyone thought the Bills were done. The reign as the AFC East champions were over. They didn't stand a chance.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
We had a bunch.
And then we went on
That's what we had in here.
Yeah, and then we went on a run. Scott comes in and says, Tommy, how's that pizza?
Yeah, so Mikey, as you know, or maybe not know, I don't know, but up here in Michigan, New York, Chicago, up in the north, we're getting slammed with winter storm here.
Yeah, I did know.
And lots of wind and freezing temperatures. So listen, tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and my favorite pizza place is not open tomorrow. And I'm like, I gotta get my pizza before the weekend. I haven't had it forever. I'm gonna go get it. And it was so bad driving. It freezing. It said 1 degree on my car.
Oh my goodness.
And the wind is now here. It's like 30-mile-per-hour winds. In Buffalo, I'm hearing like 50. I don't know. I think Scott lives in Chicago. So Scott, what is the wind temperature? Because I'm Mikey.
35 to 40 in Chicago, they were saying.
Tomorrow's game's going to be mad, windy, and cold as fuck. So
like negative temperatures tomorrow during game time.
Right. Oh, man. So, yeah, man. So, anyways, I did a short, and I'm like, I basically said, like I'm what did I say? I'm going to get pizza, or like I don't know. I'm like I'm risking my life for a pizza. So, yeah. I got home. All good.
Thank you, Scott. Scott comes in with the super chat. We appreciate you. Merry Christmas, guys. You're the best, even though you have to talk me off the ledge sometimes. Chicago is so cold.
Dude.
Oh, I bet it is.
I can't imagine.
Crazy.
Plus
Bills,
the wind.
Yeah,
it's really the wind, Mike.
In yesterday. The Bills flew in yesterday.
It's the wind that does it. I'll be honest with you. Like it makes it like
so much colder.
I walk my dog every day. I walk her like 4 times a day. And oh my God, I took her for the walk this morning. This afternoon, and oh my God, dude, walking her, and her face is like, I felt so bad for her because she likes the cold and snow, but bro, that wind was like hitting her, and her eyes were like going squinty. She was like pausing, and I'm like, yo, hurry it up. Let's go. Do what you gotta do so we get home, right? But man, right? Yeah, it's freezing, bro. It's freezing.
Scott says, yeah, it'll be 11 degrees, no snow, but the wind chill will make it negative 25.
Exactly. Bro.
Yikes.
Josh better be wearing some kind of like, some of the players wear, I don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback do it, Mikey. But you ever see some of the, they have like a.
Yeah. Trey was wearing one last week in that game.
Yeah, but that's Trey White. I don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback do that.
Well, Josh may be the first to do it.
I swear to God, if I was a quarterback and it didn't affect my
Vision?
visibility, 100%, I would probably wear that. No joke. Like, I don't care. Like, if that's going to make me feel better, as long as I can see, yes. But yeah, I remember Trey had it on. I don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback do it.
Man, it's gonna be so cold. And you know what? The hardest part about that when it's windy like that is Josh has to throw it hard to cut it through the wind. It's gonna be like trying to catch an ice brick.
Dude, and our players already have a tough time catching the ball.
Right?
It doesn't matter if it's the most beautiful day. We could be playing in Hawaii and they'd still be dropping passes. So can you imagine now with this, Allen throwing darts?
We saw that a couple weeks ago, remember, in the cold. It was bouncing off guys' hands. We had like 7 drops in the game.
Yeah. But hey, I'll tell you what, at least we won't get interceptions.
Right?
Like,
catch it with your body.
If they catch it, they catch it. Yeah.
God, yeah, it's gonna be bad. Fun times though. At the same time,
Oh, dude,
as a kid,
I enjoy him. Yeah.
Yeah, as a kid, I remember playing in the snow and all that, and it was fun. But I played in like mud bowls and stuff here. But I lived in California, so it wasn't like super cold. But I played in a lot of like rain and mud bowls and stuff when I was in high school. Those were always fun.
Yeah, no, bro. In Michigan, it gets like, I'll tell you what, the snow isn't so bad right now here. I mean, it came down, but it's not heavy snow. It's just like windy, sharp snow hitting your face. So it's really bad, bro. Trust me, it's bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, it's bad, bro.
So Scott comes in and says, "Wife got a cold midweek, so not going to the game." Can't say I'm overly sad about it though. Gave my tickets to my neighbor. You know what?
That was nice. In their 20s, exactly. They're going to be just fine.
You did the good deed of the week, Scott.
By the way, Bills Mafia, whoever's going to the game and you happen to be watching this, don't be getting in a fight in the goddamn stadium with Bears fans. I don't know if you've seen that video of the big fat guy.
When that dude got chucked down the steps?
Pulled his pants down. Pushed him. What a dirty move, by the way. I mean, the guy's pants were already coming down a little bit, but then the guy like purposely pulled him down more and then shoved him. And of course, like a roly-poly guy, so he went stumbling down. And
honestly, he's lucky he didn't get seriously hurt.
Bro, he went like Family Guy down the stairs. Like no joke, bro. And it like, I mean, that was wild, dude. But yeah, luckily nobody was walking up while he was tumbling down.
Luckily, he hit one of the poles and didn't keep tumbling down.
That's what I mean, bro.
That's very steep.
My God. So yeah, so my point is, Bills Mafia, listen, just go there, be humble, and relax and have a good time and just watch the Bills win the AFC East title. No need
and don't
to
throw
get
snowballs.
Pushed.
If there's snow, don't throw snowballs. Right? No more snowballs.
Don't get pushed downstairs and no fights outside.
They have guns in Chicago. Keep your head down and don't provoke.
Yeah, Chicago's that's a like Detroit's bad, but Chicago right now, I don't know what their crime rate is, but they're up there. Like that's a rough city. You don't want to get lost up in Chicago.
Listen, it's one of those things you just keep your head down and you go about your day and you'll be fine. Yeah, but people don't tend to like to do that. So
yeah, Angry Buffalo. My Saturday guy, Jason, who does the Saturday show, said he still has no internet, and he said it's like 60 mile per hour winds in Buffalo. So he can't even do the podcast tomorrow because he has no internet still from, I guess, the last storm or whatever. He has Spectrum. I don't know who else that over there has, but yeah. So I guess it's really bad out there right now in Buffalo. It's bad here, but now I heard Buffalo is even worse. So I just go by my weather. We're 4 hours apart, man.
It's why the Bills left early and went and
smart.
Traveled to Chicago a day ahead of time or 2 days ahead of time.
Yeah.
Angry Buffalo said it is crazy there, and the wind is nuts.
I know, bro. I know.
Our travel restrictions, I bet it is. So if anybody is traveling, yes, please be safe.
So my boss in Florida, and I didn't even know until Tuesday. They're like, "Oh, we're going away on to New York on vacation. I'm like, you picked a fucking hell of a time to go to New York on vacation. They left this morning, by the way. So I hope their
Oh my
plane
God.
isn't like spinning in the air somewhere. I really
Right?
hope he gets there safe.
That was a horrible time to leave.
I don't know, man. So,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, yep.
I hope he's all right. You know, I hope he
Yeah,
makes it all
man.
right. So let's jump into this. Thursday Night Football.
Oh boy.
Zach
Ugh.
Wilson crashes the Jets season on Thursday Night Football. Went down
Got
in flames.
booed.
Not even a whole game. Took him a half before his coach sat his butt on the bench. That was one of the worst performances. He made Sam Darnold look like a superstar.
How embarrassing that you get benched by a fucking backup CFL, not even a star CFL quarterback. A fucking wow, I cursed twice. A backup. That's how like crazy this is. I cursed twice.
Right?
I try to be, and I've been pretty good lately, but
You have.
how unbelievable, how terrible must you be? It must you feel, by the way, getting benched for some. By the way, that guy sucked.
Nobody.
Too. Okay, he was.
I've never
he
even
was
heard
awful.
of him. I don't even know what college he went to.
I mean, he looked like a guy that goes to my bar. You know what I mean? Like, like come strangling in at 1 a.m. for a Bud Light. Like, I mean, like, what the
Scott,
hell?
he didn't. Zach did not beat us.
No,
Josh Allen threw multiple picks in the red zone.
We beat ourselves in that game. We beat ourselves, just like the
Jets
Minnesota
defense.
game.
If you want to give them credit, give the defense the credit. They won that game.
Exactly.
That in the running game.
Yeah, they did. They defensively they beat us, but that's okay. That's listen, Zach Wilson, believe it or not, has a winning record. He has a winning record with the Jets right now. He's still a terrible quarterback.
Jesus.
I think he's 5-4 now as the Jets, something like that.
Backup CFL QBs make
or not even 5-4. They don't even 9 wins. What's his record? Why did I say 5-4? Because they don't even have. They have 7 wins.
He was like 5-0 at one point, and then he's lost a couple. So he's probably like 5-3 now.
No, well they only have. Right, you're right. 5. So what's your record? 7-8.
Yeah, I think so.
7-8, and I know
Mike White has.
And Mike White,
he has one
0.
win. He has one.
No,
Joe Flacco has one. Mike White has one. Flacco has one.
I don't think Mike White has one, bro.
I think he does.
I don't think so. I'm almost 100% sure because I read somebody said like how you bench. Yeah, look it up because they were saying how can you bench Zach Wilson for Mike White when Zach Wilson has more wins. I could be wrong. It could have been that one game Mike White run.
I think
you might be right. The very first game.
Yeah.
The very first game he played. You might be right on that one.
And then he lost.
I forgot what game it was. Yeah, then they lost 2 in a row, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I think you're right on that one. But either way, Zach Wilson, I know had a winning record.
He has 5. I think he's 5-3 now. I think Mike White's 1-2, and Flacco's 1-0. If I remember correctly.
I have to look. Either way, they're either way. Listen,
maybe he's 4-3 now, and Flacco's 1.
Yeah. Either way. Listen, I called last season with this guy, and I hate doing that because sometimes, listen, when you call it too early, quarterbacks, listen, Josh turned around. There's a lot of people that bash on Josh Allen early. And sometimes you could put your foot in your mouth if that guy turns around and winds up being good, right? Like, but I thought last year, I didn't see anything that impressed me. Nothing from Zach Wilson. And then I said this season, we'll see, but I didn't like the way he looked. And then this season, I still didn't like the way he looked. And I thought they played way better with Flacco, which is unbelievable. And I didn't even realize he had the bad attitude, right? Like this terrible attitude that nobody wants to be around, right? Like teammate. They were saying that when that guy came in, that backup CFL guy, that the team seemed like it was rallying around this guy. Like, isn't that's so terrible? Like, you go out of the game and now your teammates want to play hard for this CFL guy. Like, you know what I mean? That says everything you need to know about Zach Wilson.
But you know what? They seem to be more competitive with that CFL guy, and at least he tried.
because
was
they
the
rallied.
thing.
Yes, I'm saying. But it seemed like his teammates blocked better, right? The
Mhm.
offensive line, like they were like playing for him. It seemed like when Wilson's in there, there's like this guy's whatever,
So just to
bro.
let you know,
Yeah.
so Flacco was 1-2, and then Zach came back and won 4 straight, lost
Okay.
one, won one, lost one, got benched. Mike White won the one against the Bears, lost against the Vikings, lost against the Bills, and then Zach's lost the last 2.
So what are they, 7-9 then? What's their record right now?
They
It might
are
be 7-8 or 7-9.
7, 8. So they have 8 losses.
7-8 then. Okay, they got 7 wins, right?
Yeah, so 7 and 8.
Okay. that makes
So
sense.
you know he still has above 500 record because he won 4 straight,
Mhm.
but it hasn't been pretty since.
No, and then those games weren't good either. Go back and look at the stats. It was his defense that was pretty much holding the spot down
Mm-hmm.
and winning the game. But either way, listen,
So he's 5
they
and
got a
4.
problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's 5-4.
that's what I thought. Yeah, they have a problem in New York, and they need to address it.
That would be
And
legendary, Bills fan, angry Bills fan.
oh my God, if
That would be legendary.
if the whole East except for the Bills,
That would be
all that
after all
trash
the talk.
right, that would be unbelievable.
That would be so amazing.
But yeah, listen, the Jets have a problem, Mikey. The Jets.
Yeah.
If I'm the GM, which the guy's done. Listen, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Besides Zach Wilson, he's done a pretty good job up to this point building his defense. I think he has the right coach. But the quarterback he missed, and that happens, right? And it's a tough position. It's a tough thing to pick. Like you're not going to always get it right. But we were talking about this the other night when we were texting back and forth with each other. I'm like, get what you can right now. And you're like, I don't think they can get anything. They can get something. And I'll tell you why. There's always a desperate team out there, Mikey, that's willing to take a chance, like the Carolina on Sam Darnold.
But Sam
the
Darnold
Dolphins.
didn't have an
I'm just
attitude
saying,
problem.
I get it, but there's always a team willing to roll the dice, thinking that you never know. Like,
I mean, Johnny Manziel did get another chance.
Exactly. So now, what would he be worth at this point? I would say 4th, 5th round, like at best. And will the Jets be willing to?
7th.
Right, maybe. Who knows? But would the Jets even be willing to? Like at this point, they're probably thinking, "Fuck, he's on a rookie deal. Let's just, you know what I mean? Worst case, we keep him as a backup, and we just keep him on his contract and get nothing for him. Let it, you know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. I would say get rid. I would say at this point, man, cut your ties, get what you can. It sucks, and trade up in the draft and get yourself a quarterback. You got picks. Move up and get who you want, and hope it and knock on wood that it works.
Or bring Jimmy G in. He knows Salah's offense.
That's
from
true,
the 49ers.
Too. I didn't even think about Jimmy G. But remember, he's come back from injury, but it's not a major. He'll be back on time.
Ankle. Yeah,
right. It's an ankle, so it's a good point. Jimmy G would be good. He's going for former coach. I could definitely see that happening. He's still, on the younger side. Great point.
He's
Jimmy
an average quarterback, but all they need, they would become more of the San Francisco.
They would be fine. No, they would be fine with Jimmy G. Like he's a leader. They rally guys like him. That teammates rally behind him.
I would love for Sauce to get traded out of the division.
Not happening.
He's just so freaking good. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't see Sauce as a Ramsey type of
They're going to wind up paying him buku bucks when his time's up.
Sauce seems like a loyal guy, and he doesn't seem like the type that's going to force his way out of anywhere.
Big market to New York too, and he's going to get money on advertising, like commercials and shit. Like New York's the place to be if you're trying to do all that.
Sauce is going to have his own sauce.
Of course, I think he already does. He already does. Yeah. So
he's in a great spot for making himself a big time.
Oh, marketing in New York is he'll be the face of the franchise. To be honest with you, even if they get, I think he will be ahead.
He's gonna be just
because he's marketable. He's a little bit more and he just has that appeal to him. You know what I mean? He has the cool nickname. He's a hell of a player. So you can market him in New York. They market the shit out. They're already marketing him. You know what I mean? Like So he would be the face, even if they got Jimmy G, hypothetically. He would not be, like Sauce is he's their slam dunk right now. If we're going to be honest with you right now, I like Wilson, good player, probably going to be really good in this league, but until he gets a good quarterback, we won't really know where his next step is. You know what I'm saying? So until that time comes, I think Sauce is the guy in New York, right?
Oh yeah, he's that untouchable on your roster.
Oh yeah,
everyone's
100%.
got one. Who's the face? You're building it around Sauce.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
All right, so we had that. I'll tell you, it was nice to see Trevor Lawrence. I haven't got to watch many of his games, but he started to look like, being under a competent coach, you see the talent that he had coming out.
He's coming around. He's definitely coming around. Because I was a little worried at first because I'm like, damn, man, this kid look, out of college, I thought he looked pretty damn good. I wasn't overly like a lot of people were like, oh my, he's the next, best thing since sliced bread. But I thought he was
Andrew Luck.
I thought he would be a solid quarterback coming out of the NFL. But damn, man, he got drafted by the worst goddamn coach, play with the first year, like at least NFL, who was a total joke, and maybe even backstepped him a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was with a guy that didn't give a fuck, like was still living his college coaching career in the NFL, which can't do. And now you're seeing it with, by the way, healthy NTN. He's starting to get familiar with his teammates, receivers.
Also, Peterson's a great
and he's a good offensive coach.
He's known for building quarterbacks. Also, you got the perfect coach for him.
Perfect coach, yeah. And they're who they remind me of? The Lions a little bit. They're a scrappy team right now who has a potential to get in the playoffs. I don't think they will, but man, it's a good. If you're a fan of the Jaguars,
I think they win.
Yeah, you never know. But if you're a fan, even if they don't, if you're a fan of the Lions or the Jaguars, even if you don't make it, let's just say, you got to be happy with the direction. You know what I mean? Like, especially how they started. The Lions, especially. I got to give the Lions buku credit because they were 1-6 at one point, and I don't know if I don't think a lot of teams want to face them right now. You're facing the Lions, whoever's going against them right now. There has to be a little fear, right? Like, this is not going to be a pushover game anymore. You know what I mean? Like, this is a game that these boys are coming to play. So, yeah, man, big credit. Let me tell you, man, by the way, obviously I work in a sports bar. A lot of Lions, they're loving it, Mikey, here. Like, I feel so good for them. I feel so happy for them because I know how it is. We all know how it is to be rooting for a team that's sucked for so long, and you finally get some hope. And, it's like, so I get it. And I'm like, hey, I'll be rooting for you guys. You're not in my division. You're not hurting me. I don't hate you guys, so, but yeah, that's how I feel about those two teams.
Just quickly before we switch off the Jags, this week they beat the Jets. The Titans have Houston, so chances are the Titans win that game.
Yeah.
But then the Titans get Dallas and the Jags get Houston. If the Titans lose and the Jags win, the Jags then take over the lead of the division.
That's unbelievable.
And then it'll come down to week 18 when they play each other for the division.
That would be so epic. I hope that does happen because that would be an interesting.
Yeah, because they play each other week 18, so that could be for the division.
Cool. All right, that would be pretty cool.
Okay, so
I would actually watch that game if our game wasn't on.
Yeah, Trek comes in and says, "Do you think Case Keenum is gone next season? If so, who will be the new backup?" Yes, I do think Case is going to be gone. I think we'll still see Barkley as QB3 next season. There's no reason to get off of him, but I can see someone like Tyler Heineke, the Commanders. Heineke?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Heineke. Yeah,
I can see Heineke,
like the beer,
someone like that come in and being the backup. That's
I wouldn't even mind I wouldn't even mind Darnold if he was.
Darnold's been playing better though, so someone's going to take a chance on him.
That's true, but I don't know about starter. Ooh, that'd be risky. I'd be so pissed if I was on my team.
You know who I really wouldn't mind to come in to be the backup is that Walker kid that was started a couple games for them.
Yeah, PJ Walker.
PJ Walker. I wouldn't mind him.
Yeah.
That guy's
He's not bad. Yeah.
he's not bad.
No
He'd be
doubt.
able to run this type of offense because he's mobile.
100%. 100%.
I would love to have Sam as our backup, but I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't. You might be right, but I don't see him getting. Like a Mitch Trubisky getting lucky, getting somewhere.
I wouldn't be surprised if Mitch comes back because they could.
Now
release
that
him
would be
after
interesting.
the season.
I wouldn't hate that if Mitch is like, I'll come back on a cheap deal. I tried.
I think Mike White goes back to the Jets. I think he takes a 1-year deal to go back to the Jets, and he'll battle whatever veteran they bring in.
Yep. Or I 100% agree with that. Yeah, it's not
Zappy's on a rookie contract. He ain't going anywhere.
Not happening. Yep.
Yeah. But I could see us looking at something like that. I could see us also in the later rounds drafting a guy to try to bring in as a backup quarterback and groom somebody.
Yeah, I guess. I still.
We tried that with
depending on the round. I mean, hey, look at Purdy, 7th round, last pick.
Yeah.
You never know, right?
This will probably be another Bills game where the offense puts the defense on their back. This one's gonna be a little different because of the weather, man. This is gonna be an odd game.
Yes.
If you're expecting the offense to carry you, I'm not gonna like the.
Right.
I'm not gonna
I don't remember.
I need the defense to carry the offense in this one.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time like a shitty weather, cold, freezing, windy game where the offense just went nuts on any team. Like it was just like unstoppable offense. Like this is the game where it's going to be obviously one in the trenches, running. You're going to see a lot of Josh Allen runs. You're going to see Fields running. This will be a short passing, ugly type game where field position matters, because I'll tell you another thing, guys. When it comes down to punts, it's going to be very important, because wherever you're punting, if you're punting against the wind and you're backed up and you're 10, that's not going to be good.
30-mile-an-hour wind. It's going to be very much like that Patriots game a couple years ago.
I'll be honest with you. You almost, depending on where the ball is, you would almost be better off throwing an interception deep down the field. I swear to God. And because, listen, if you punt it and it goes 15 yards, right, you are totally fucked. So I remember there was a game, I forgot what game it was, Mikey, but 4th down, they weren't even punting it. It was so bad. I remember they were running, just going for it, because they knew that like it would be such a disaster. So I forget what game that was, but it was crazy, bro. Like they weren't field goal. I remember field goals. It was like 30, 35. They weren't even going for it. It was so bad. You remember the game Tyler Bass tried to kick a field goal? I think it was in Buffalo, and the wind just totally like
that was the Patriots game.
Totally just like it was, right?
Yeah, the Patriots game. Yeah,
the ball just went like.
Yeah, and the Patriots went for 2 points after they scored the touchdown.
You're
and
right. Yes.
No one was trying to kick anything. Yeah.
Right. So, but listen, I'm going to tell you, field position will matter in this game. You could also see some turnovers. The ball's going to be slippery. Players are going to be purposely trying to, obviously they always try to do, but they're going to be even more trying to punch the ball out of players' hands. So ball security is going to be a big time emphasis that McDermott is going to preach, right, to our players. Hold on to the damn ball. It don't matter, right? So yeah, it's going to be an ugly game. I'm going to tell you right now, ugly game.
It's going to be an ugly game. It is. It's just got to get the W. At the end of the day, we can't come out of this all mad, because these conditions, you just got to get the W. Find a way to get the W in a nasty game like this.
I'll tell you who could also be big in this game. Special teams, as far as kick returns, like Hines. If it's a short punt, he could take it out. You only got what, 30-yard, 20-yard punt. You know what I mean? You don't got much. You could literally return that thing. So Going to be interesting. Very interesting game. It is, because so much can happen when these bad weather games. I'm very curious how they do. And Fields is he's tough, bro. I didn't realize he had 1,000 yards rushing already. That's wild, bro. He has a good chance of beating Lamar's record, by the way.
Yeah. But you also have to remember, the Bills have a defense that contains Lamar. You don't think we're going
Yeah,
to
I'm just saying.
Fields?
Yeah.
They don't also have much of a passing game because all their receivers are hurt.
Yeah, well, when your guy is N'Keal Harry,
like that's their number one right now. Him and Cole Kmet.
That's not good. I mean, I know. Listen, they got 3 wins for a reason. They're a bad football team, but I still got to give Fields credit. He's a tough kid to take down.
Yes.
But listen, Leslie Frazier, for as much as we kind of sometimes get on him, he's smart when he plays. Listen, he's a very good defensive coordinator. He will plan this out. He understands who Fields is, what Fields likes, what he doesn't like. And Fields right now this season, at least for this season, and I'm not a Fields guy, you know that, Mikey, but he is strictly a running quarterback this year. I mean, maybe when he gets better weapons, maybe we'll see a different side of Fields where he could pass and throw, do a little bit good of both. But right now it's him and his legs, right? So you contain him, force him to throw in that kind of weather. I think we have this game easily in hand. Easily. But you got to tackle, Mikey. You cannot this game you cannot be sloppy with tackling, because he will beat you. He will beat you with his legs. He's a tough kid, like I said, to break down. He has good speed.
Can't get out of your rush lanes.
Yeah. And you can't listen, don't shoulder, don't arm tackle, wrap him up. Anyways, I'm getting far ahead of myself. Go ahead, Mikey.
Yep. So sorry. Scott says he just needs bragging rights in his household. So I'm good with that.
Blame him.
So let's move down. Next one. Hyde and Crowder possibly returning for the playoffs. Their steam picking up. We talked about this a few weeks back. They haven't shut anything down. It's really starting to pick up steam. Where Hyde when Hyde would come back would be more of the question. I think if we get the first round bye, there's a good chance we see him in the divisional round. There's becoming every day it comes a little bit better. I guess it's all going to come down to the scan right before playing time. But Crowder returning is also a big one. With his ankle, and they're saying that he may be back by the time playoffs start. So getting those two guys back could be good.
Yeah. I mean, y'all call me crazy when I did that video a few weeks ago saying Micah Hyde is a potential. Listen, I'm like SI, Mikey. I'm breaking all the news up here. I broke the news when we were going to Detroit. I said, watch out. We're probably going to play in Detroit. Everybody called me fake news. I did the Hyde story, 2-3 weeks ago? And now it's starting to pick up some steam.
Well,
why?
You listened to what the GM said, and he didn't close the door.
No. I did that video before Brandon Beane did that. I did that video. The only reason I did that video is because Micah Hyde, it was a reporter reported that. Yeah. No, it was a reporter at the practice saying he was off to the side working with trainers. And then Micah Hyde did a SI story or whatever interview, and he said that don't give your hopes up high, but you never know. So I ran with it, and I said, hey, listen, here's what he said. He's working with the trainers, which is odd, right? And then now we're a couple weeks past, he's working with trainers, not only working with trainers, but he's working along with Crowder, and he's working along with Benford. 3 guys are on the IR, which is, it's not like, listen, Mikey, if he was off just on the side, on a bicycle or then I would say there's nothing to it. There's nothing to it. He's probably he just wants to be there and he's bored, whatever. He's trying to get exercise. He's working with other guys that are on the IR trying to get back into playing this season. Why would he be doing that with those two on their vision? It just seems to me like he is trying to work himself away. Now, mind you, his situation is a little different, and I will say it will come down to his doctors. Obviously, this. Listen, your neck injuries it's a big deal, right? It's his livelihood, right? But If there's a chance, listen, if this doctor say, hey, you sat out this long, we looked at it, we think you can go. I don't see why not. This isn't an ACL thing.
It's a neck
This
thing.
is more of a let's re-examine your neck. It's been some time. If he feels comfortable in doctors, why wouldn't you see Micah Hyde back? Especially if he's leaving the door open. And then Brandon Beane, like you said, came out after I think he talked after the Cole Beasley signing, and somebody asked him about it. And he said, hey, we haven't closed the door. That's very interesting. It's very interesting. Now, Mookie Hawkins came out when I said something the other day. He said he spoke to Micah Hyde, and Micah said to him that it's the same thing I said. It's don't give your hopes up high.
It's a long shot.
Right. Doctor hasn't cleared him, blah, blah, blah. But listen, guys, don't get too excited. I never said he's coming back. Oh, for sure. But it's a positive sign to see what's going on right now. And I'm going to be honest with you. I have a weird feeling, Mikey, he will be back. I don't know why. I just do, man. It's just something's telling me, man. It's just really odd that he's like, who was the player that got hurt the neck? He was done. Like he wasn't working with the staff or training. He Aaron Williams 1 year, right? That was it. That was good. He was done. Like he wasn't off there training with trainers and running around, right? And it just wasn't. He was at home recovering. This is something's different here. Something's a brewing, man. I think they are really potentially trying to get Micah right, and he's probably doing a lot of therapy that we aren't seeing. You know, that they're not going to tell you. You think anyone's going to tell you Mike Hyde's return? They're not. You know them. They're very hush about this. Be the last minute thing. So it's interesting. It really is.
Yeah. No, I'm good with that. So I can see us I can see us take a safety late in the season to replace Jermaine Johnson to be with Hamlin, Hyde, and Boyer. I'll be interested to see if Boyer comes back.
God, I really want him back, man. But
yeah, and I'm with Daniel. Neck injuries are very worrisome and touchy. Really, it's gonna all be about that scan. Like he's gonna prepare like he's gonna play, and then see if the scan allows him to play. If it allows him to play, he'll play. If it doesn't, then he won't. But
and he's had a neck. He's had that neck injury thing before, by the way. So believe me when I tell you, he knows his body better, especially going through it already. He's not going to risk, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, he went out for a reason. And it wasn't like he went out on a cart that day. It was a freak thing. You know what I mean? And he went and got tested, and they were like, hey, whoa. You know what I mean? Like, you already had this done before.
He already had a neck injury.
Right. Like,
going in.
Right. So, let's see. I think it's a wait and see at this moment, Mikey.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Eric Wood and Aaron Williams had career ended abruptly because of neck injury.
Eric Woods was a freak thing, man. He didn't even know. It was
likely neck fusions is a minimum of 6 months, according to much smarter people than I. How long has it been? Vaughn's gonna play 2 weeks later, and that didn't work out so well.
Well,
they said 4 to 6 months. What I heard from a couple of the doctors, they said anywhere from 4 to 6 months on the fusion. And I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend like I know any better. But ultimately, if his doctor says he's good, then more power to him.
Exactly.
I'm
Vaughn was totally different, by the way.
Yeah. So Vaughn, they thought they didn't see the torn ACL.
Right.
And that's why they said he'd be back. And then he went in, and when he cleaned it up, they found the tear. Speaking of Vaughn, did you see the Pat McAfee show this week?
I missed it, but go ahead and tell us.
Yeah. So Vaughn was talking about it, and he was playing around like. There's an outside shot. He's back for the AFC Championship or Super Bowl, possibly.
See, Vaughn
always playing around.
Yeah. See, I think that's more far fetched than the Hyde thing.
Except he was walking 4 days after.
No, I get it. But ACL is such a.
But it wasn't a complete reconstruction.
I know. I would be shocked. I'll tell you what, man. If that happened. This is our year. It just things are meant to be. I don't know what to tell you because I've never seen that before. That would be unbelievable. But I don't think so. Like that one, I'll be 90% sure he's not coming. I would be shocked. The Hyde, I'm going to tell you right now, Hyde, I'm like 50-50, which is surprised, man. I thought he was done. I'm more. I just think Hyde will come back before Vaughn. And I don't know if I don't even know if Bean would risk it, man, for all the money they paid him.
Mhm.
If he came back a little too early, fucked it up, Mikey, and then he wasn't able to come back for the. You know what I'm saying? You get what I mean on that? Like
Yeah.
I don't even know if Bean would feel comfortable doing that.
I think
Like
they'll listen to the doctors. They'll listen to
he
the
would
doctors.
have, yeah, Bean would have to get like not only his doctors, but the Bills. You know what I mean? Like they're not risking all that money, and then Vaughn gets hurt
Well,
again on the
who
ACL
would
or
have
something
thought
bad
Josh would have
happens.
been playing through a sprained
I know.
UCL?
Yeah, who knows? That's yeah, that's wild. I still can't believe that happened. This year's been wild. This year's been wild. I mean, if I were to tell you, if you go back and look at that game against the Titans, I believe it was, where Jackson and Hyde both injured their neck, and one guy leaves in an ambulance, and 2 plays later, Hyde gets hurt, but he walks
Mhm.
off like
Yeah.
it looked like maybe he just like sprained it or just dinged
Yeah.
it up a little bit, and Jackson comes back the following week, I think, and Hyde's out for the season.
Season.
You know
Yep.
what like?
It's
It's
just
just
weird.
odd. It's a weird season, man. You know what I mean? Like everything's happened so
Jackson's looked
weird.
way worse than Hyde's, and Hyde's was a more serious
Oh,
one.
dude.
Trek
Yeah.
comes in and says, maybe Benford's our fourth safety next year, and we take Gilmore's younger brother in the draft. Benford, if we go back to preseason and training camp, Bean talked about Benford, and they think his long term is safety. His
Yeah.
long term play safety, very much like Micah Hyde. Micah Hyde was a corner coming out. So was
Yep.
Jordan Poyer, and then they moved him to safety. So I could see him moving back to safety next year, but it really depends on what our cornerback room looks like because he's a good corner.
No, he's a physical corner who I think listen, the ceiling is pretty high for Benford, man. I think we got super lucky with Benford. So we'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't whatever they feel comfortable, wherever he feels best at position wise, it don't matter because corner right now, Dane is not the answer at 2. I think Kyer Elam is going to take that slot. You can kind of see him getting more comfortable now.
Mm-hmm.
You saw that interview he did, right? With
Yep.
Kyer
Yeah.
saying basically he was feeling too much. He was putting too much pressure on himself, basically, to perform, at an elite level every time he got in the field. And now he's playing just to have fun. He's going out there having
Free.
fun. He
Playing free.
understands mistakes will happen. And I think was the difference early on with Benford to Kyer. I think Benford was playing free without that worry of mistake.
Well, yeah, he was a 6th round pick. That
That's what I mean.
he was playing with
Yeah,
house money. Benford had all the
exactly.
Kyer had all the pressure of the 1st round pick. Got to live it up to it.
Right. Right. And Benford was just like, hey, I wasn't
But
even supposed to
also
be out.
Benford had the multiple schemes in college to where Kyer only had press man. That's
That's
all he
true too.
did.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
had to learn the zone schemes and
Yeah.
concepts
Yep.
and the technique.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm not worried about that. Lewis Goodman said, "Imagine if Miller and Hyde were ready for the Super Bowl if we went. Oh, that would be wonderful, wouldn't it?" Scott goes, "Josh paid management shots before every game, and he's also a man of boys. So
Oh, dude, he's
you know,
he's RoboCop, bro. I don't want to tell you. I mean,
the
literally,
dude's
bro.
different. Vaughn calls him a creature for a reason.
Right. Right.
Who was it?
Man.
Sims. Chris Sims calls him an alien.
He's something, but that dude is a tough son of a bitch.
He's a farm boy. I mean,
Yeah. That he
Okay.
is.
So we're about 45 minutes in, and we haven't even got to the injury reports yet.
I know.
All right, so let's pop up these injury reports. So looking at the Chicago's injury report, they have Chase Claypool, who's doubtful, Tevin Jenkins, who's doubtful, Jalen Johnson, their number one corner, questionable, St. Brown out, Vildor, I don't know who that is, but he's out.
Is that the brother of the receiver for the Lions, right?
I don't think
I
so.
think it is. I think it is because he has a brother that plays in the NFL.
Oh,
They
then
were
maybe
doing
it
a
is.
story. They were doing a story about him.
This St. Brown is the one that played for Green Bay for a couple years.
I think this is him. I'm very
Okay.
curious. If you guys know in the chat, let us know before Mikey pulls it up. I'm almost 100. If it's not him, there is a brother of him that plays in the NFL because
Okay.
they did a story about it, and it
I mean, it would make sense for the names. Amra
yeah,
St. Brown and
yeah.
I don't even know how to say his name.
And he's a receiver too. Like just throwing
St.
that
Brown?
out.
Yeah. But looking at the reports, Tommy, two of their O linemen, Whitehair and Jenkins, both doubtful. Their number one corner, questionable. Their top two wide receivers are on IR and are out. So, it's
The Trek
it'd be
reviewer,
interesting
thank
to
you,
see.
buddy. Saying that is him.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
And then for the Bills, Basham and Morris are both out. The good thing is we have Ryan Bates back. Bacher was activated.
Yep.
So Bates will probably be center. I'm guessing Bacher will probably play right guard, would be my guess this week. But the concern is Ed Oliver and Jordan Phillips, both questionable. The two guys we pulled up from the practice squad is Jonathan Kingsley, or Kingsley Jonathan, the D end, and Beasley. So we didn't pull up a D end or a D tackle. So I'm guessing one or both of these guys are going to play.
Well, the Ed Oliver calf that had to happen.
That just
late
in
the
this
game.
Week. No, this week.
Yeah. And
like
practice,
he was fine.
maybe
He was fine on Monday, and it happened like in a practice.
Well, I do like the limited practice that he had, though.
But then he turned around to DNP.
I get that, but it could have just been maybe a rest to prepare. You don't want to overdo it. I have a feeling Ed Oliver's going to play. I have a feeling Jordan Phillips is even going to play, considering he was limited all week. However, I'll be honest with you, Mikey, if Ed Oliver's a go, I would still rest Jordan Phillips one more week. You know what I mean?
So you're going to run with two defensive tackles for the whole game?
Well, we didn't bring up. Oh, you're right. We didn't bring
up any D tackles.
Ooh, that's risk.
So that means we'd be playing Settle and Daquan Jones along with one of our 4 DNs because Boogie Basham's out. So we brought up, Kingsley Jonathan or Jonathan Kingsley.
Well, then I don't know what to tell you. Then both would have to play, Mikey.
Right?
I'm just saying. I would have brung up a DT and sat Jordan, but if Jordan's fine, the way he's been all year, I would have rested him one more week and brought up somebody. But that's me. If he's ready, he's ready. Exactly, bro. The ground's going to be like super hard, right? And it's a shoulder, right? He's going to fall and go a tackle on a shoulder at some point. I don't know. I think that's a mistake, but I'm not the training staff. They feel he's ready. He's ready.
All right. So here's something that came in. It says, here's another option. We can trade AJ Epinesa and sign JJ Watt. No, JJ Watt is never healthy anymore.
Yeah.
No, or trade our first rounder for the other Jonathan or Josh Allen.
I would absolutely love Josh Allen.
Yeah. So would I. The problem is the Jags are on the borderline of making the playoffs.
Right. Yep.
And they were offered 2 first rounders this year for him, and they turned him down.
Yeah, they're not. He's a dynamic player. I think he can get better.
He's gonna get the bag from Jacksonville.
Yeah, he's a good player, man. I just think he hasn't come around full circle yet. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't. He's still working on his game. Yeah, but I'm telling you, he's a good player. JJ Watt, hell no. To the no. Guy, I would love to trade AJ. I'll be honest with you. I'll take a draft pick for AJ Epinesa. Give me a draft pick for AJ Epinesa and get an offensive lineman. I'm good with that. We're good with edges. You know what I mean? We still got Boogie. That's fine. AJ can go.
So who will be our edges? Vaughn.
We could draft.
Drew,
You could draft
Boogie and Shaq.
Shaq, or Exactly. Resign Shaq.
Okay.
They're loved. By the way, Shaq's having a phenomenal year with us.
He's having a great year.
It wouldn't shock me if they give Shaq because listen, the thing with Shaq and Jordan Phillips. Now I don't know about Jordan Phillips because he's been banged up so much. I don't know if they're willing to do another year with him. You know what I mean? Depending on the money. But Shaq's interesting to me because he's been
Jordan's
healthy
gonna get
pretty much
resigned.
he's been healthy for the pretty much the whole season. He's played at a high level. And he probably will come back at a team-friendly deal because he likes it here so much. I could definitely see like a 2-year deal, something like that getting done. You know, where it's a team-friendly deal, then boom, then get rid of AJ, get a draft pick.
Pay him what the rotation role will be.
Is 100%. And he won't mind. He understands that. He listen, these players, you could tell
He already got his bag and didn't like it.
Yeah, and they don't want to leave again. They hate players hate that. They like comfortability. They like it here. And like I said, I think the coaches like the way he's playing and they like his attitude. They like everything about him. So they like the rotation he fits. So I want to see why not at least offer him a deal. But AJ, yeah, honestly, man, like he's a good kid and everything, but it's time to move on from that. I think it's he's just not working out.
Sometimes they don't work out, you know?
And he's not and I will say this, he's not having an awful season though. I mean, he does have like 5.5 sacks, 6 sacks. So he's not like awful. I just think that's it. Like we've seen the best of AJ Epinesa is my point. Like I don't there's no more to the game. You get what I mean? Like there's no more up to go. Like I think this is it. This is the best you're gonna get.
You think so? You don't think he can get better?
No, not with with this team.
No,
maybe with another team.
Okay, different scheme.
Different scheme. Maybe he can. Maybe you'll see him play at a different level. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I think he like, and you know what too. Same with and we said it. Me and you agreed on this. Same with Edmonds. I think Edmonds would be a freak somewhere else.
I mean, he's good with us, but
he's good, but he's more of he's that linebacker manager. He controls the game. He calls the plays. They use him to control the whole field in a way. But if they use them like, I'm telling you, Mike, they use them like a Parsons, they blitz them more. He would be such a freak, man. But they don't. It's not the way we scheme things up. We don't send our linebacker. We don't. That's not how we use him. And I just think he would be used somewhere. I think you would see his stats go way up to the roof, especially with sacks somewhere else that's like a more of a pressure defense.
Wow.
We're not a pressure defense. We don't do that. So
Epinesa's had the quietest 5.5 sack season.
I know.
5.5 sacks. He also has 6 tackle for losses.
Yeah.
5 pass deflections and 2 forced fumbles.
That's what I mean. He's not. That's what I said. He's not. I don't think he's having a
bad
year.
That's the quietest, decent year I've seen yet.
That's not me kicking here and going, man, AJ Epinesa sucks. You got to get rid of him. I just think you could get something for him, and I think you can get something better in return in the draft, possibly. That's all I'm saying. I don't think you. I think we've done enough with AJ. You know what I mean? I think we've tried, and this is the best you're going to get.
Nope, I think he's going to be back next
Under
year.
this defense, I think this is it. This is.
I don't think Dean gives up on people. You know, he kept Cody Ford until the end.
Yeah, but how many years is this? This will be going on 3, right? With
going
AJ?
On 4. Maybe this 4th year next year.
And how long was Cody?
4.
Exactly, and Cody was
going
going
on. 4th year,
on.
but if we go out and we sign another D end,
yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Draft one.
But AJ Epinesa is playing better than Cody Ford was playing.
He is, but there are different positions too.
Yeah.
I think you could I still think my point is though, if they were to re-sign Shaq, you could trade potentially AJ and get something that's more needed right now, like an offensive lineman.
We both.
You get what I'm saying? And I prefer.
Don't know if Dean will do it.
I don't know either, but I think it would be. I would do it, of course.
Yeah.
I'm just saying me. Okay. Hey, Sonny from Alaska. It's always Sonny.
Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate you. Hello, Cole Beasley's gonna go off, and listen, Cole Beasley's one of the few that has the hands that could probably really excel in this game.
Cole, man, he got called up, as you guys know. Obviously, Sonny knows. Sonny's on top of it.
Yeah.
But listen, we called this obviously last week. This is how it's going to be, guys. Eventually, he's just going to be on the 53. But they're slowly working him into the offense. You're going to see more, I believe, more snap counts this week for Cole. Oh my God. If I was a GM, we'd be in a fucking ton of shit, man. I'd be signing players like multi-million-dollar contracts, and you guys would be hating me.
Oh God, Scott would be cutting every guy that he'd be cutting every guy that
Rex Ryan would still be our coach and shit.
Yeah. Oh God, Tommy would be the epitome of our drought years. If he was our GM.
God.
You need guys like Epinesa. He's on his last year. I don't think he's gonna go anywhere. I agree with you there. But yeah. I don't think Edmonds is going to go anywhere either. I think we're going to re-sign Edmonds this offseason.
It depends what he wants. It depends what somebody offers him. I have no idea. That one's a toss-up for me. I get what you're saying. I would love for him to be back. I would love for him to be back. I just don't know if money talks sometimes and certain player walk. You know how that goes, man.
Yeah.
It's not always about if we want him back. He's going to test the market. You know what I mean? He's going to see what's out there.
I mean, we don't have to let him test the market. We can always franchise him.
We can. We did that to Ed. I get it. But I'm just saying, like, I still think he gets paid somewhere. I think he gets a big offer, and it just depends on what Beans feel comfortable with.
Wow, that's fighting words, Tommy. Trek, you be the new Tom Donahoe.
I don't know.
Those are fighting words.
Hey man, I all the stuff I'm screaming at that we should have done, y'all agrees with. So
Scott wants a segment called, if Tommy was the GM.
Oh, that'd be great.
Let's do that this off season.
We'll I'll tell you what, smart asses in the chat. I was all up for the Josh Allen when we drafted him, and I'll tell you that I don't know about all y'all in the chat. I'm not calling y'all out, but a ton of Bills Mafia was booing that while I was cheering that one. I was all up on Devin Singletary, drafting him before we even drafted him. I was saying on Twitter, you should draft that boy.
Tommy began Devin Singletary the bag.
He was real good. I was all up on getting Diggs before it was even talked about. Okay. So I don't know. Y'all better back up because I said a lot of good things that I was calling for early on. Just a heads up. But
you know what?
I'll tell you what. I also like Tyrod Taylor when he first came.
I thought Tyrod was good.
When he wasn't was a guy that was, but when he was just competing for the job and we first got him, I'm like, I liked everything about him, and I thought
I liked Tyrod coming out of college. I liked him out of Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
it's about using him correctly, and I don't think the Bills used him the way they probably should have used him as more of a mobile type of quarterback. But Tyrod was good. He broke the drought. You know who our quarterback was when we broke the drought?
100%.
Tyrod Taylor.
100%.
I like Mike's comment here. It says AJ's in his third year. If he doesn't develop, what does it say about Eric Washington? Listen, I was really hard on OG Bobby Johnson last year about the offensive line. We brought in a better offensive line coach, and we still haven't seen any better. And OG went to the Giants, and they actually have a really good run game. So I'm starting to think it's more about the players than it is the coaching. Because I was ripping OG Bobby Johnson last year, and you know what? He's got a good running game going in New York.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the guys just aren't fitting into whatever scheme we're trying to run. Maybe it's the scheme.
It's the personnel, Mikey.
The personnel can't run the scheme that they're trying to run.
Yeah. Maybe it's both. It's a combination, right? Like Curtis says it all the time. Like Saffold's more of a run blocker than a pass blocker, and he feels like because we pass way more, it kind of throws his game off a little bit. And that's why he's just kind of struggling. But I don't believe that. I'll be honest with you. I think Saffold is one of those players that sometimes players hit a certain age, man, and they just kind of start to fall apart, right?
You mean Pro Bowl alternate, Roger Saffold?
Yeah. Yes. So, listen, last week especially, it's been happening all year. He has not played well. I'm not saying he's god-awful, but he has not played well. What does penalties have to do with run blocking? and pass blocking. That's on him. That has nothing to do with nothing. That's him fucking up. Holding has nothing to do with run block. Like, shouldn't be holding. Like, so whiffing on letting your guy go past you, right? Like, he's had a rough year, and I think it's a reason why we signed him to 1 year, right? Like, we had to test the waters with him because, okay, one, we all know Saffold's a tough guy. He basically has played through injuries his whole career, but he's tough. He comes back, he plays the next week. But I think it's just kind of adding up with Saffold, Mikey. Like, it's starting to take.
He's had a rough year to the fans' eye, not to what the coaches and his peers think, because they voted him as an alternate Pro Bowler.
Yeah, well, so what? I mean, I don't care about the Pro Bowl. Means nothing to me. I mean, look, Jordan.
That means he's one of the better guards. The coaches and the players think he's one of the better guards in this league.
He's not, Mikey. He's not. Come on, stop.
To
You
your
know he's
eye,
not. He's having a. No, you want to go through the grades?
Who's grades?
Would you like to go grades? Any grades? I don't give a grades on offensive line room right now. I know PFF. Everybody hates on him. He is not having a good year. Our best guard right now, or our best lineman, in my opinion.
So another non-football entity grades them. I'm just going by what.
If you think he's having a good year, then
I don't think he's having a good year. In my eyes, he's not. But the players and the coaches think he is.
Right. Well, then they're okay. So go ahead and extend him. I know they're not.
I don't want them
they
to.
Are not. They won't.
They may.
So listen. Watch. So I'll promise you this.
Won't.
I promise you they won't. I'll bet on it. You got Dion Dawkins, who will be here. You got Mitch Morse, who the fuck knows at this point. You got Saffold, who seems like he's falling apart. Let's be honest, and you're not going to be. I'm going to tell you. You got Spencer Brown, who is still struggling with certain edge rushers who have speed mainly, right? He needs to work on some technique there. And then you got Bates, who's not in the right position, in my opinion. We have a lot of we have a lot of holes to fill, in my opinion. And Saffold is not going to be, listen, you got to start, Mikey, at some point, and you agree to it. I know you do. We have to start getting, you got to start getting guys in here that are younger that could play offensive line.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Tommy.
All right.
What I'm telling you is the league is telling you they think he's good.
The league is telling me?
The league. That's the players and the coaches that vote on the Pro Bowl. They think he's good.
I don't give a fuck about the Pro Bowl. There's a lot of players that make Pro Bowl that I don't agree with on other teams. Come on now. You know that. Alternates. Get the hell out of here with that. I don't believe that. You know that. There's players in there that sometimes you're like, really? Him over him? This guy, how did he get over that guy?
As fans. What I'm telling you is the league is telling you something. The coaches and the players are telling you they respect him.
That it's wrong. That it's wrong.
He's good. Okay.
That it's bullshit. The Pro Bowl.
And you're doing that from a fan perspective. I understand.
I don't even, bro, matter of fact, I don't even comment on the Pro Bowl anymore on Twitter because it's such a fucking joke, bro. It is such a joke.
Well, it used to be
voting,
the fan voting, but now fans don't do it anymore.
I know, but it's a joke. The Pro Bowl's a joke, bro. You got Peyton Manning, Eli. I mean, it's getting so bad where they're just trying to like make up a game now. Like, it's going to be Peyton Seaver. Like, it doesn't. I'll tell you what means something in my eyes. All pro.
Yeah.
All pro. That's it. You make the all pro.
All pro is also voted by the media, not the players.
I get it, but most of the time they get it right. Pro Bowl, I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, they don't get it right. They don't. I don't care what anyone says. Okay. You're telling me Matt Milano, Tremaine?
No, I'm saying that they're good.
Why aren't they in the Pro Bowl? So wait.
Because there's only 2 actual linebackers in the Pro Bowl.
So Matt, okay, but I'm saying the league must not have thought that Matt Milano deserved
is better than Roquan Smith.
I'm just
Mosley? Obviously not.
I know, but I'm just saying. So you think that Saffold's
It's not what I think, Tommy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not what I'm thinking.
They're wrong. I don't care what you say. Then the league's fucking wrong. They're wrong a lot, by the way.
In your opinion, they're wrong. Got it. That's what I'm trying to get.
Saffold is not deserving of a Pro Bowl. I don't care what you say.
I don't disagree with you.
If you think he is, and
I don't disagree with you. What I'm telling you though, is the league is telling you that he's good. I don't see it. Is all I was trying to get at.
Okay, good, because they're incorrect. They're wrong.
So I'm telling you, be careful of making guarantees that this guy's gonna be gone when the league is telling you something. Like
Doesn't mean our GM thinks he's good to resign because the league thinks he's
no. I'm just
cares about that.
We didn't think Levi Wallace was good, and he sat here for freaking 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, on a rookie deal. He wasn't fucking. He's not.
He came. You know, he came.
Saffold didn't get this cheap deal. What was Saffold contract? I think we gave him a decent contract.
1 year, $6 million.
Okay, so I'm just saying it wasn't like a Levi Wallace. I'm just saying Levi. They
Levi
weren't going to
Wallace
give up
last year here was $6 million.
Well, that was a mistake on Brandon Beane's part. That's not my fault. But he wasn't a Pro Bowl guy either. Wasn't a Pro Bowl alternate.
Exactly. I'm just saying.
Right.
All I'm telling you is what we see and what the league sees is completely different. That's all I'm trying to say.
What I see on Sundays is a fucked up bad offensive line that we need to fix in the offseason. And it sure as hell doesn't start with Saffold.
What started with this is I need to stop blaming the coaches for scheme or players not being able to do their job. Because we beat down OG Bobby Johnson.
Yeah, no. And by the way, just a heads up, Mikey, and you know this, I was super excited when we signed Saffold. Super. I taught you remember, bro. I was like, run. You got to run on the left side. You got Saffold, Dawkins. You got to run to that side. Yeah, dude, I was super excited. Saffold's a beast, man. Pro Bowler. I was all up for it. But the proof's in the pudding. We have not been a good offensive line. He has not played good. And it's showing.
My concern is it's not so much the players, like it's the scheme.
I get what you're
trying
saying.
To run them in.
Yeah, but I think this is also what I think. To your talking about the Cromer and Bobby Johnson thing. The difference between them two is Bobby Johnson was there when these players were arriving for the most part.
Yeah.
Right. Cromer fell into it. Right. Like, here we go, Cromer. Here's what we got for you. This isn't what we're like. So I think my personal feelings when we go into the offseason, free agency, the draft, Cromer can get his hands on it now.
Yeah.
I like this guy. This is my kind of guy. Here we go. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my point.
Daboll left the offense. We weren't sure what the offense was doing when Cromer came aboard. Right. It was past the draft by the time we got through it. So he could, kind of just patchworked this year. I understand that.
Yep.
At the end of the day, we'll see how this all plays.
Like, I want to see. That's what I'm saying. I want to see a team that's built around what Cromer likes, because I think right now he's working with what he has, and I kind of feel like that's what. Remember in the offseason, Cromer was having like Doyle go to like multiple.
All of them were. They were moving
a lot of
the place.
Most of them, right? Except for like Saffold, maybe. I don't think Saffold really moved much, but either way, they were moving around a lot of guys, except for Dion, obviously. But I think that was Cromer's way to see what he has. Okay, I don't know what you got. I'm not familiar with it. Let's see what each guy's good at. All right, and trust me, like you said, I think this is what we have, and I think going into off season, Cromer then can now go. I like this guy in this, but out of college, you know what I mean? It's I just think give him a Cromer's damn good. He's better than Bobby Johnson.
I don't disagree.
Track record shows it, and I think that next season we will see a much better offensive line that's built. Yeah, I hope so too. That's built.
I thought we would have done that last season.
I don't, because I think the offensive line was where we're at, and we didn't really draft off. You kind of got to blame.
I know, and then that too. I guess that's my concern is Brandon Beane seems to like the guys that he has rather than, and then continue to invest, because we thought we would be investing heavy in offensive line this year because of how bad it was last year.
But I wonder though, because of what has happened this year with Allen getting hit more, the Allen injury, you know what I mean? Will Cromer, in the offseason, will he finally say, hey, Cromer, let's build this line now. Let's get it right. You get what I mean? There has to be a time when Beane eventually, you would think. You get what I mean? Because you got the man back there. You have to protect him.
And you know what?
That is your
take
golden
Indy
ticket.
take Indy as a prime example. You know,
Yeah.
Andrew Luck had to retire early because he got beat up so much.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You don't
I
want
hope so.
that.
I know.
You don't
I hope
want
you're right.
that.
I hope you're right. I really do.
You know, protect the guy. And not only that, the running game that we all complain about, where's the running game? Right? Like, maybe if we build an offensive line that can run block, we will get what we all have been yelling for, a better running game. Because it all starts up front. So that's where I see it going in the offseason. Right now, though, Mikey, and I've been saying it all year, this is who we have. You know, and they have to step up. That's it. For the just hold off to the season. Just try to do your best.
Just get through
Make
the
it
season.
through.
Let's get us our Super
Yeah,
Bowl, and then we'll
right.
rebuild next year.
Right, exactly.
All right, so let's move down into the keys of the game. Keys of the game this week: stop the run is the number one
Yeah.
key to this game.
Mhm.
You know, it's going to be a nasty weather game. We need to wrap up. We missed too many tackles last week, and it's why the Dolphins were able to run so well against us. Number two, ball security. It's going to be cold and slick. Secure the damn ball. Don't be given any short fields. Number three, special teams. Got it. Special teams could decide this game.
Yep. 100%.
So I'm not going to talk about red zone. I'm not going to talk about any of that because in a game like this, you have to look at it from a perspective of just get through it and get the W by any means necessary. It's not going to be pretty in negative 25-degree wind chill and 30 to 40 mile an hour winds. It's all about just find a way to make it work and get the W. That means stopping them from running the ball because let Justin Fields try to throw the ball in this weather.
Right. Not happening.
Secure
he
the ball.
Has a tough time. He has a tough time throwing the ball in nice weather.
Yep. So secure the ball. No freebies. And then special teams be on point. Maybe help win this thing for us. Break one, block one. You know, set the offense up in a good position. Help the defense in a good position. It's field position.
Right.
Your keys, Tommy.
I mean, pretty much. You obviously, I said some keys earlier on. You just kind of touched on a lot of them, pretty much. I told you special teams is going to play a major role in this game. Punting, where you're punting from, fielding the ball, right? Like Nyheim Hines has been solid so far. Not even so much returning the kick, just fielding the punt. Good, no issues, not dropping, nothing like that. We will be in prime field position, right? Turnovers, keep it clean, and obviously try to knock the ball out of there and get some turnovers on the defensive side. But on our offensive side, keep it clean. Don't lose the rock's super important. Run the ball. I think we got to run the ball. This is a game where God, I say it all the time. They never do it, but I think I don't even care if you get Josh running the ball here 10 times. Honestly, you have to run the ball here. This is going to be a game where time of possession, all that stuff matters. Field position, and I think running the ball is going to be key. I listen. I thought we've played much better lately running the ball. I'll give the offensive line a little bit of credit. I think they've been playing a little better these last 3 weeks as far as in between the tackle running. I think James Cook has been playing better, especially in between the tackles. I think Devin Singletary, even though he didn't get a lot of touches last week, I thought he did very well in the last 2 drives of that game. That's how you control a game in a bad environment. Exactly what we did against the Jets in the against the Dolphins in the fourth quarter is what I kind of want to see. Those last 2 drives, though they weren't beautiful and they weren't like, oh my God, Stephon Diggs for a 60-yard, but it was Josh taking what's given to him, handing the ball off, 4 yards here, 5 yards here, quick out for 3, working the ball, 3rd and 2. By the way, 3rd downs, let's get them 3rd and shorts.
Yeah,
right?
we
We
took the
can run
profit.
the ball. Yes, work that clock, make it just drive, make these long drives, and that's will be the key. And as far as defense goes, listen, you got one war. You got, in my opinion, you got one guy. You got Justin Fields. I think
Justin
you play
Fields
a
and Montgomery in the
yeah,
run game.
Montgomery, the run game. You play a spy on Fields, I think, which will be. I think Milano will play a big key on this. I think Milano can disrupt him. I think Milano gets to the backfield if they bring Milano in on some of these exotic linebacker blitzes. Even Edmonds from time to time, Edmonds can make that tackle.
Yeah.
On a bigger fields. The problem with a lot of time Fields can get past these guys. Edmonds and Milano has some speed. Like Fields ain't just gonna get
They're also
run,
bigger than some of the other linebackers.
and they're also bigger, especially Edmonds.
Like Milano's faster and shifty, but
Yeah.
Edmonds is like a predator.
He's
dude.
a hybrid. He's a freak. So that's my keys. I wouldn't stress the receivers. Honestly, this is a game where it's gonna be a little annoying at first as a Bills fan because we're like, why are we so cushiony on we're going to say the same shit. How is Fields work? And then I think they're going to get to a certain part of the field and you'll see where the Bills defense that 4-man pressure starts to work and it's 4 and out. Like, I think they'll give a little, but not a lot. And it'll just be that kind of game.
I want to see them run fit. I want to see 3 linebackers. I want to see Klein because this is a game for Klein. And the run game,
100%. Yeah, I think it. Listen, I think it will. This is an opposite of last week, where the defense was purposely playing linebackers back for the pass and letting Dolphins run on us. Basically, I think this will be the opposite. I think we'll play a little bit more pressured up on the linebackers to play the run and Fields. And daring them to pass. It's going to be the total opposite game plan versus this Bears team. I listen, Mikey. As long as we do everything the Buffalo Bills way, which is the right way that McDermott preaches, we will win this game easily, in my opinion. This game should not be close. I'm not saying high scoring below
that's perfect lead into our next topic, which is score prediction.
Yeah, so I'll just jump into mine real quick. I'm going to say 27-9. I just don't see them doing much on offense. I really don't. And I feel like we do. We did 30 last week, right? 32 at home. All right, and not only that, we scored in bad weather. Our later points came in later in the game when the game was getting windy and snowing. So we played good. Believe it or not, we played a little better now. I don't know why we did, which normally we haven't been, but I think we do. I think Josh is built for these games. His arm is built. When he has to make a pass, he will. Fields, he is not. He's not going to make a pass in this game that's meaningful when the team needs it in this kind of condition. I just can't see it happening. He doesn't have the playmakers anyways. 27-9. I just think we're a way better team.
And I think it's going to be 22-12. I think there's going to be no kicking. It's going to be a bunch of touchdowns with extra points or no extra points, all going for 2. I think the Bills are 2 for 3, and they're 2-point conversions. And I think the Bears will be 0 for 2 in their 2-point conversions. I have it 22-12.
What did Scott say? We're bickering old men.
Oh, I don't know. On the chat froze on my side.
Did it?
Yeah, I can't see anything.
Okay, I don't. All right, so hit it again. It should work. Like, just hit chat one more time. Sometimes it freezes. Nothing.
Nothing on my side.
Okay. Says you said let's see. I guess I'll go to it. I'm sorry. So let me see what I missed because I was talking to you. Hold on, it's off with it. Let's see what I missed here. Newsflash. Just like Scott loves to call us out here. Where's Scott? Where he's talking about grumpy old men.
Pretty funny. We're picturing about
I guess.
the lineman?
He's funny. Right here. Oh, your chat moved on. I get it. Hey, man. This is this. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, real quick, I know it's not Bills related. Did you catch the, I think it was last week, the was it First Take with what's his name?
Nick Wright?
No, not Nick Wright. I mean, it's not First Take. Shannon Sharp and
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Skip Bayless. That
Yep.
little shade at I guess that was, what do you think about that? You think that was just bullshit? Like, or you think he really got pissed off at Skip for saying that about him? About him in the Hall of Fame and whatever.
I think he got pissed off.
It
Skip knows
seemed
how
like
to
it, right?
ruffle feathers. Knows how to ruffle feathers, man.
He took his glasses off. He said, "What are you doing?" Oh, he put your glasses back. I said, "Whoa." Hey, man, listen. Me and Mikey, we don't always agree, and most of the time we kind of don't. But if we agreed a lot, this show would be so fucking boring, guys. Like, this
There's
is
a
what
reason
made.
why there's Team Tommy and Team Mikey, and everyone's on
Yeah.
Team Mikey all the time.
Oh, get the
Tommy's
hell outta here.
always wrong. Always wrong.
Get the hell out of here. But no, honestly, I'm always up for a good debate. And me and Mikey, we never hate each other, so we'll go back and forth like that.
All fun and
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because,
listen,
man,
and
it's what makes it fun.
Most of the time when I'm taking the opposite side of Tommy, it's not even like what I'm thinking. I'm just speaking about what the league's thinking. And Tommy doesn't like that. He's like, no, the league's wrong. I'm right, they're wrong. Tommy's always the right one. Everyone else is wrong at all times.
Now Skip.
Yeah. See? There we go.
Right. Oh, who says this? Oh, Daniel. Whatever.
Everyone says it.
Someone's Team Mikey in here. Come. Yeah. Chewy. I told you.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me that Chewy's Team Tommy.
Yeah,
that does not surprise me.
There we go. He knows what's up. Look, he even did a double take back to back, man. Come on, who else has Team?
No one has got Team Tommy. Let's be honest.
Somebody in here, bro.
Anyways, I like it. Scott, 2 TDs, one of them 2-point conversion. Yeah, I really think that.
You know, I didn't even think
you're not gonna see a lot of kicking.
I didn't even think about the 2-point conversion. You're right.
That's why I went 22-12. The Bills got 2 of them and missed on one.
Yep. By the way, guys, tomorrow I'm not sure.
He's Switzerland. He's neutral. He's neither one of us.
Hey, Dwight says Team Tommy.
So does the Bills fan.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Oh, see, Mike.
You're gonna make his head bigger than it already is, guys.
Yeah.
When Tommy goes on his rants, or maybe you just enjoy Tommy's rants. Maybe that's what it is.
Hey, man. Hey, guys, real quick. So tomorrow, normally we do the fantasy football show, but our game's going to be on 1:00. So we're not going to be doing a fantasy football show. However, we will wrap it up next week for our final edition.
Yep.
So if you're interested in fantasy football, I know some of you guys aren't, some of you are, whatever. Tune in next weekend, 2:00. It'll be our final one. AFC East Shakedown tomorrow. That's up in the air, guys. Once again, because normally we do it at 6. Obviously, games are going to be playing tomorrow, so I don't know if we're going to do that. I'll let you guys know, but right now that's up in the air.
Yep.
But me and Mikey will be here post game, right after the Bills-Bears game. 5-10 minutes after. So we normally go live right after. So you will see us tomorrow live post game. Other than that, I got nothing else for you. Mike, you got anything else?
No, I think that's it. Other than I'm told I'm bad at math, which I'm not sure how that's happened. 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions is 8 points. 8 and 8, 16 plus 6 is 22.
Turn on him. The chat's turning on Mikey.
So I'm not exactly sure how I'm bad at math when it comes to that.
Get him.
If we get 2 2-point conversions and 3 touchdowns,
Yeah. Hey, by the way, my fantasy team, it was so bad. I got in the
Oh,
playoffs.
Tommy.
I barely
I'm so
got in
sorry,
there and I
buddy.
got smoked. I got smoked. So,
Well, I'll
not
be with
good.
you this week because I get Captain D this week, and he's got Allen and
Yeah.
I got Fields, and I want Allen to smoke Fields. So
Yeah, he fucked me. He
yes,
took
yes,
drafting Allen,
Tommy is
bastard.
Skip. Thank you, Tommy is Skip all day long.
Yeah. All right, whatever. I'll start wearing my bling, my black shirt.
I love it. Yes,
We'll start betting. Well, see, Mikey doesn't drink Mountain Dews, or I'll say a case of Mountain Dew, but Mikey doesn't drink soda
two
anymore. So
kids. Yeah,
we'd have to do like a case of water.
you're right. Well, bet you 2 cases.
Right, I got 2 cases of water, man.
But
Propel.
like if you watch Skip, like he always wants to bet on something stupid that like there's no way to prove it.
Well, yeah, I like. Okay, I personally like. It's funny you said that, but I don't like. I do not like Skip Bayless.
Neither do I.
He is strictly for TV. Like he's a TV
Just
guy.
like Nick Wright.
Yeah, he's just for the show. Like, you know what I mean? He's a character. So I get why people like him, though. I will say that. Like, clearly he's been on the air forever. I understand why people like him, but I understand why some people don't. Like, they don't buy his spiel, right? I don't buy it. But I do like Sharp a little bit because he's more authentic in a way. But even he's learned the TV game. You got to be
Oh yeah.
a little out there, a little,
But
I will
Shannon's always
say,
been out there anyways, even as a player.
no, I
He was a
know,
little bit
but I
out there.
mean, but TV, you got to be a little bit, But I will say the one guy I do like a lot, and I say it all the time. I like Colin Cowherd. Like I really, when he does his post game shows, like he does that on YouTube real quick, they're so authentic. Like they're really good, bro. Like they're better than his TV show. Yeah, you ever seen those, Mikey? The when he does post game, he gets on like it looks like he's from his house. He's drinking like some wine and shit. Like he talked about Zach Wilson. He's like, Zach Wilson, it's not the guy. I said, like he's so good, man. He's so like exactly everything I would say. He's
Colin?
calm. He's not.
Oh,
Yeah,
Colin? Yeah, Colin's great with those.
When he does the post game,
Yeah.
like by himself at his house, he's drinking like his little liquor.
Yeah.
He's like that was his shit show. He's really good, man. And McAfee too. I like McAfee, but McAfee also is very for the cameras. Obviously, he's wrestling. He's in WWE now. It tells you all you need to know. But I like his show. I'm just saying But yeah,
Mike, 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. They miss one. So.
You're saying they missed one?
They missed one of the. They score 3 touchdowns. They convert
Okay.
2 of 3 2-point conversions.
Man, you're making it really confusing. We're gonna get our calculators out, Mikey.
It's not that hard. You know what 8 plus 8 is? It's 16, buddy. Then you know what 6 more is? 22. It's not a difficult concept.
I'm not. Listen, man.
Yeah, I love Rich.
I didn't go to Harvard. I didn't go to Harvard like you, Mikey.
I didn't go to Harvard. I didn't go to Harvard. What are you talking about?
Mikey with his calculations over here. I'm just saying. I gave my score prediction. I don't know about this one missed 2-point conversion. They're gonna get 2 and 3 in the. You're so funny, man.
I gave a weird.
Rich is good.
Score.
Rich is good. I forgot about Rich. I do. You know who's kind of a fake a little bit? I'm glad we're still talking, by the way. We were not supposed to go on a song, but this is cool. I like the chat. I like that he likes Allen and everything, but I gotta say, Chris Sims, kind of a fake. A little bit of a fake in my eye. He knows football. I get it. But he's kind of.
But he loves everybody.
He's kind of cheesy and he's kind of a little bit fake.
Like he's absolutely cheesy.
Right. And that he was trying to make that song for Josh Allen that never.
Giddy up, Josh
Allen.
Yeah.
Nobody I think he thought that was going to take off.
Blue.
Yeah. And nobody gave a shit about that god awful song. Like nobody. I have not met one Bills Mafia, right? That's like giddy up, like ever. Like no one's singing that. Like
Chewy's right here.
Thank you. Right? Like making up some cheese ball fucking song for Josh Allen. Get out of here with that. Even Josh Allen. Even
My mom-
Josh, remember when he
yeah.
had him on and he sang the song to him, and Josh was like,
Yeah, he's like, yeah,
Josh was
no.
like, "Fuck out of here with that cheese
Yeah.
cornball song."
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The one my favorite probably though is Pat McAfee, because he's just so real. That's just who he is as a
Oh,
person.
he's fun. Yeah, and it's what I like about their show is he also has a lot of characters on there,
Yeah.
but he also talks more than just football. So
Talks
and it's
life
not so much a
in general.
debate show
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean? He's not sitting there going like, you know what I mean? Like
He
he's just
also
voicing, he's having
yeah,
fun with it, you know?
and I love it because he also brings in other people. So he brings in like
Right.
Coach Pagano, and he brought
That's
in
so funny when
DB. He brought in AJ Hawk, and he brings guys in that
yeah,
actually knows these other things and says, "Hey, let me ask you a question. How does this
right,
really work?"
right. Yeah,
You
they're in
know?
the
Oh, and they
Thunderdome.
brought in the lineman one. That's one of my favorite ones. When the guy comes in and does the lineman,
Lewis said, Lewis said you liked the song. You were singing.
and he's like, "That's not true, Mike. He was just singing it."
Yeah,
I think
right.
that's one
I
of the
didn't even
dumbest
know.
songs. Yeah, it's one of the dumbest songs ever. It's just like stuck in the back of my brain. And when you said that, it came out.
Oh no. Oh no, but he's yeah, no,
Oh, I like this.
Christian's
I like this, Scott.
no
47 to
good.
13 Bills.
All right, I did not say that. I never said that. I said 27, I think to 9, right? I think was my score prediction. I
Listen,
gave him 9 points.
listen,
9
Harvard.
points.
Listen, Harvard.
All right, I think the Buffalo Bills get 2 safeties. I think they get a 3-point conversion.
I was just trying. I gave a weird one. I was just trying to give you the context of how I got to my score.
I think they have a block extra point. That leads them with
I
6
was
plus
really
2
surprised you said
safeties.
9. You really think they're kicking 3 field goals
Ah, why not? Why not? Short field goal,
in
sure.
30-mile-an-hour winds?
You can get a 25-yard. Dude,
All right.
there's kickers that can do it. I mean, let's
Yeah.
be fair. He did kick one last week, and Buffalo's not. It's not like it's not windy. And yeah, it was short, but he still made his field goals and extra points.
So it's like a carpet commercial. Jingles give you nightmares. Okay.
Oh my god,
All right.
dude!
All right.
All right,
Let's wrap
well,
this up, brother.
yeah,
We
enough's enough.
appreciate you all coming in and riding with us for an hour and a half when we're just talking nonsense.
Hmm. So we will be on obviously tomorrow after post game, and we will be
Home of the double
celebrating
doink. No three.
celebrating the AFC East, man. Huh?
Yep. You said it's Chicago's the home of the double doink. No 3 field goals is
Hmm.
happening.
Hey, you better not. Hey, Scott, you better not order no
Oh,
goddamn.
now
You better
Mike's
not
just
order.
trolling me. Everything I say,
Yeah.
he's just trolling me now.
Hey, Mike. I mean, Scott, you better not order no goddamn Chicago deep dish watching that fucking game tomorrow. I want to hear wings in your house. You order some Chicago deep dish, you might be cursing our team or something, like giving us bad mojo. I want to hear
No
nothing about
haircuts,
Chicago.
Tommy.
No, yeah, no, I'm good. Look, I haven't even shaved for a minute. I'm getting like grizzly bear over here. Yeah,
Merry
thank you
Christmas
for
from
the.
Team Tommy. Chewy, we
That's right,
appreciate you,
baby.
brother.
That's right.
I
All
love
right.
that you're here every week.
Yep. Well, we are out, man. We appreciate you guys once again. Everybody in the chat, Mike,
Have
Lewis,
a
Chewy,
wonderful
Scott.
Christmas. We
Yeah.
will be back tomorrow after the game quickly
Yeah,
for the
Christmas Eve. We'll
recap.
say it again. Yep.
But
Yep.
we love you guys and we appreciate you guys riding with us.
Yep.
Have a wonderful, safe holiday.
Yep. Bills Mafia #1. Peace out. Go Bills.
Ah.